Welcome back everybody in another weekly recap from the week that was from the 29th of November till the 3rd of December, especially of gold and Bitcoin, of course, also ran yesterday as Saturday the 4th. Of course, we're going to have a look at gold and Bitcoin. So let's start with gold. As you can see, this is the chart. Let's go and have a look at the main economic events, economic reports we had through the weeks. And as you can see, Monday we had some minor Powell speech, but not really related to the monetary policy. Also Bowman. On Tuesday we had the consumer confidence report that this website doesn't show, but I found it here. It was less than expected, less than prior, but at the same time we had Fed Chair Powell speaking, and this was a speak. I think it was like the testimony is on Wednesday, but so it was another speech that he did, and on Wednesday we had the ADP and the testimony of Powell in front of the Congress. Yes. This one was okay. I don't know if when, I don't remember what day, if it was this week that the maybe last week was that Powell was renominated, but anyway, is that in the overall picture is necessarily important, not the specific report. Jobless claims on Thursday and the NFP on Friday. So as you can see, on Monday we started with a quick at market open, a quick liquidity grab, like really instantaneous liquidity grab, and then price going up to the 1800 area, which as you know is a big price sensitivity area. I will not say supply because it can be supply, but can be also demand for going up. So it's a very important price sensitivity area, and we can expect price to react over there. As you can see, after that we identify a bearish trend. We can connect two lower highs and then take advantage of the scalps from 1795 till almost 1790, so 30 pips pretty easily. And then as you can see, another retest of the key level and then continuation down. Another possible scalp situation with the same bias, same trade ideas as before. Another PSA where price is finding some resistance, some turbulence, interference, as you can see. Also on the left hand side, but this is a PSA that is charted from a lot of weeks. And we just dip below, we find support at 1781, and then we start Tuesday bouncing again above 1789, finding again for the first time resistance at this demand supply area. In this case, it's a very huge supply area. Another double bottom at 1789. Breaking retest of 1795 and very impulsively moved to 1807, which was again another PSA charted from the higher time frame. So as you can see, on Tuesday, I actually don't remember pretty well when was that Powell gave a particular speech. For sure, on Wednesday he gave a very hawkish testimony in front of the government, Congress, and I don't know if in these remarks the Fed chair also gave some hawkish tone, hawkish sentiment, because as you can see, we have this huge drop on gold exactly on Tuesday around 4. So I would say, yeah, because on Wednesday nothing happened. So yes, this was the huge hawkish speech that Powell gave to the Congress, to the to the public, where he was really anticipating possibility of accelerating the pace of taper and the pace of the interest rate hikes. And as you can see, gold dropped in a couple hours, I think, from 1807 to the lows at 1770, which is like 300 pips, which is absolutely strong move. And as you can see, after that, yes, we get a sort of, let's see if we like to do a Fibonacci, we get a sort of, 50, 618 area, we get the rejection, but I'm not really using, I use only this for the 50%, but the reaction was at 1789, which was exactly 50%. And as you can see, even if you don't use Fibonacci, it's pretty you can use the price sensitivity areas on the left hand side, the key levels, and it is absolutely the same. Multiple rejections at the level, breaking and closing below the PSA, and going bearish. Going bearish because also the main bias is bearish after these huge hawkish talk about tapering and interest rate hikes. We retest for the first time those lows at 1770, as gold does many times. Huge bounce from the first retest, because this is a PSA. Look here, where there are many algorithms and bias, because people remember so that this has function as a support, so they sort of place their buy stops depending orders over there, or they have the algorithms buying from there. Even if it's not algorithm, if it's not the same person, yes, but it's functioning as a support. And it's not like, okay, now we bounce and we go back to 1807. It's pretty unrealistic, but you as a scalper can take advantage of this move. I mean, even more than a scalper intraday trader, from 1770 to 1781, and it's 110 pips. So it's absolutely amazing and nice in such a clean move. After that, the main trend comes back. We break and retest below 1772, and we reach new lows at 1762 and 1764 key level. After that, huge bounce, and we are coming into a slow correction. And on Friday, we are going to have a look at this mess, huge mess. We go after the NFP, which gave a whipsaw like a barcode, and we see price breaking and retesting above this previous PSA, breaking and retesting above these previous highs, and then moving his way back to 1783, 84, which is right now 1783. NFP, we're going to have a look. I'm going to delete this because it doesn't really matter anymore. And on Friday, what we had was NFP came out really bad. As you can see here, 210,000 jobs instead of the 550 expected. But if you have a look at the unemployment rate, both the U6 and the regular U3 unemployment rate, they both dropped. So it was expected. More participation force in the labor market. It was expected, so a whipsawing into the gold especially. As you can see, yes, all this data came out good, but I mean, the focus of the investors is not just in a binary way, okay, good. It's not anymore like that, because when we were waiting for the taper to be announced, yes, it was really sensitive. If you remember, a NFP like this at 215 would have meant that, okay, the Fed will use it as an excuse to delay tapering. But now that the taper is already active and the inflation is too high to be avoided, and the NFP is not that relevant. So, and possibly it was already priced in, or I don't know. It's not our job to guess it. But what we can see is that if you remember, if we had this kind of NFP, let's say June, May, April, July, August, we would have seen a drop, liquidity grab like this one, and we would have been around here in a matter of a few hours. This is what would happen with NFP. 100 pips in 1 minute, and then slowly going back to these highs. But the point is that the NFP is not anymore a sensitive topic as it was before. And it's just all revolving again around the Fed possibly accelerating the pace of tapering and accelerating the date of the rate hikes, which is down. Now we're going to see a very sensitive gold with the interest rate hikes. If we want to have a look on gold on the higher time frame, this is the weekly time frame, and as you can see, this was the week closed. As you can see, we opened here, we did a lot of movement, but we closed quite, not say at the same level, but we opened at 1793 and we closed at 1783. So it's not a huge weekly candle, like especially the for example, the one before. I think Powell was reconfirmed in this week, last week. But what we can see is the same thing that we're seeing over and over again. So we still have the 1680 support valid and untouched, but we cannot deny that we are in a wedge. And this wedge, if you remember, I mean, I can go and check it out. I will just pause. Give me a second. Okay, as you can see, this one was a chart that I made into a weekly analysis on the 25th of July. So the pattern was already clear, and we knew what was about to come. We didn't have the where is it? We didn't have these huge liquidity grab yet, but if you see, we were expecting a bounce again here, almost at the same level, slightly below the previous one. As you can see, pretty much the same, and then going down. So it's nothing new. It's nothing that can surprise us. Okay, let me just restart Epic Pen. You guys already saw this multiple times. I think every weekly recap I do it, and I look at this this price action on the weekly time frame on gold. As you can see, 1680s. This one is the same. Yeah, you can, of course, it's a trend line. You can connect it anywhere you want, but what is really important is the trend. Now you can give it more space and say, okay, like this. But what is important is the pattern that you are seeing. Are we making new higher highs and new higher lows, or are we making continuously new lower highs after making the all-time high over there? I think is the second one, huh? Yeah, we can even rebound, we can even range, but in this time frame, I mean, from now till July, June, we're going to finish the tapering, and we're going to have some date of not even the interest rate hikes. We just need that in January, February, Powell says we are thinking about raising rates. Beware that when Powell says something, you look at the chart, it was at 1680, it was 17 flat. You look at the chart, gold is here. Is 1480. Basically, I'm going to say it. It's not going to happen anything else, anything different than that. But that's it. This is it for gold. Let's have a look at our also beloved Bitcoin. As you can see now, Bitcoin is not really answering a lot about, doesn't really care too much about what happens in the with the US economy. What you can see now on the 5 minutes, since we had to include everything, especially the big drop of Saturday, these moves looks like, okay, yeah, it ranged all week, but these are 300, this is a 300 pip range. So with the PPLs, we could scalp a lot this range. Yeah, of course, we can see that it was not clear. We had some consolidation areas coming after an impulsive move, which is absolutely normal. Impulsive move and minor consolidation. We enter into a bearish trend. In these hours, you can make a whole week of salary, because this trending, when Bitcoin is trending good. And if it is trending for 300 pips range to range, this can give you 7, 10 opportunities to enter in cells in the same trend, at the same setup, at the same PPLs, same PSAs and key levels, and have a huge ton of profits. You can enter like 10, 11, 12 trades, get out with 6, 7, 8 wins, and the rest like 10 pips losses, and you're good to go. Maybe you try to fight this minor range, maybe you don't have the perfect entry here, so you take this loss, but when it's ranging good, it ranges good. And of course, in insight, you can say, yeah, I open here and just leave it run. If you're intraday, when Bitcoin is ranging, it's absolutely nuts. Is the opposite true? Yes, because we see a double bottom again, and price now is trending bullish, so goes back range to range. That's why I like scalping intraday more than swing, because it gives you in this day, 20 hour, Bitcoin gave you two intraday trends that can give you the whole week, whole month of salary. Then of course you have, what do you have? You have that price is going back into a range consolidation period for 20 hours here, but after that you just need to grab some piece of the pie, another trend. Just try not to be too late and try to enter over there, because we are the highs of the week, so there's no point entering buys here. Again, range to range, range to range. This is intraday trends are absolutely nuts in this moment for Bitcoin, and you can take scalps 45 pips at a time and make the week. Then of course we enter some consolidation period. This is a 100 pips range. Can you find 45 pips when Bitcoin is going this low? Yes. I mean, yes, you identify here. This probably is too aggressive as a move, but now we are on the 5 minutes. Maybe on the 1 minute there was some PSA, and again, price start to trend. The sooner you identify it, the better it is. But even if you don't identify, you see a retest again, and then same bias, no shift, and you're still good to go. 45 pips is pretty easily to get on Bitcoin, So it's really 2 ppls, it's really 500, almost $500 per Bitcoin of difference. I mean, it's very easy to get it. Look, break and retest, same bias, bearish trend, bullish trend. I mean, of course, now you have the confirmation here and you can take advantage of it. Look now, even if you don't want to fight this nasty range, 100 pip range, because you're an intraday trader, you prefer to have, you want more range, or you don't identify the trend as quickly as you would like, you just wait, stay out. This is 2 days, and on Friday, this I think is the New York, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, New York of Friday. You get exactly what you want. A top and break, retest goes below. You enter safer, break and retest of the lows of the week. I mean, we never got into these lows during the week. You have a clear shift in bias. Look. Okay, minor consolidation, break and retest of this minor consolidation, sells. And then of course this one is overnight, is like almost 1000 pip. From 53 to 43 is 1000 pip. I'm not saying that you have to catch it, but look, the bias is there, the entries are there. So in this week, Bitcoin gave you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trending markets that if you are there, you take advantage of, and you make the whole month, I mean, depending on the trade size, you can make 6 months of trade just with these trending markets. That's it. Very strong bearish move. Very, I'm not going to say crash, but some panic sell on Bitcoin. Don't ask me why, because I'm not, I don't know. There are many reasons. What we know is that investors dumped Bitcoin. But okay, was it like overnight, the price was here and in a few minutes was there? No, it gave you the bias. It gave you the trending market to, if you're an intraday, if you're a scalper, you see that here we are breaking below, you place your stop loss over here, and I mean, where is it going now? I mean, this is a 1 in a year trade. If you're an intraday / positional or swing, it's like 200 pips of stop loss. You want 3 to 1, 600 pips is something that can easily happen in a few days, in a week. If you're a positional, it's absolutely fine. This goes 6 to 1, not 3 to 1, and you're done for the day, for the week, for the year. And as you can see, you can even add on. For me as a scalper, this was huge price action. And yeah, now we're just there. So I cut the last hours of Saturday and Sunday, but we're here on the weekly time frame. If we have a look at Bitcoin as well, this was one of the strong bearish candle. I already talked about it in the another recap, break and retest. This is of course when we made the first all-time high, and all-time high goes up. I think it was a 50% correction, and we bounced from 30k. We retested this PSA, which was a huge and messy PSA, and made twice 2 all-time high. So is expected to have some relief and sell off from the all-time high. Now, what is really important is that the week is closing over here, and we're going to see if the next week makes a week and goes up, or if it wants to dip below. I mean, it has a lot of range, all this range to possibly fill and still be very strongly bullish. Even if it goes and ranges over there between 40, 44 for the whole week, we are still very bullish. And of course, this is because Bitcoin is very new, but we are still very bullish. Still very bullish. Still very bullish. So I would only want to see price below 30K to have a bearish bias on Bitcoin. But anyway, this is it, guys, for today, for the weekly recap. See you tomorrow with the daily recaps as usual.